Hello there, you're watching special reports here on TVR World, airing live from the capital Jakarta, Indonesia. This morning we come to you live from the capital with the coverage on the currently ongoing first high-level meeting of the Archipelagic and Island States Forums, or IS Forum 2023 summits, taking place scheduled this morning in Nusa Dua, Bali, Indonesia. And our very own President of Indonesia, His Excellency Joko Widodo, is scheduled to attend and officially in person to start the opening ceremony just moments away from now. I'm Rahmat Idris. This is our special report. And for the program this morning, we are extremely honored to be joined in conversations by a maritime expert who is also the founder and director of the National Maritime Institute, Mr. Siswanto Rusdi. Mr. Siswanto, a very good morning to you, Jakarta time. Thank you for joining us.
Me too. Good morning to you.
We are looking forward to hear from you, all of your insights and knowledge on how to develop our maritime sector throughout the regions of Archipelagic and Island States, and most importantly, your insights on how the meeting will unfold and what to expect.
Surely.
But before we begin our conversations, we have a report coming in. The Archipelagic and Island States, or IS Forum, is a platform designed to include island states and archipelagic countries regardless of their region, size, and development level. A global initiative that brings together 51 archipelagic and island nations to take part in a collective forum addressing challenges of ocean resource usage for sustainable economic growth, climate change resiliency, and the enhancement of sustainable fisheries. And here are the ICE profiles.
Archipelagic and Island States Forum is a platform designed to facilitate 47 archipelagic and island nations to collaborate and cooperate in addressing common challenges in 4 thematic areas: climate change mitigation and adaptation, blue economy, marine plastic debris, and good maritime governance. In 2017, the idea to establish the multinational cooperation framework among the archipelagic and island states was first iterated during the UN Ocean Conference in New York. In November 2018, Indonesia hosted the first ministerial meeting with 21 archipelagic and island states. The Archipelagic and Island States Forum was established by Manado Joint Declaration. In the following year, the second ministerial meeting adopted the final outcome with 25 AIS participating countries. To achieve our vision, we focus on 4 objectives which we translate into our programs. Create an open, innovative, and engaging forum, provide a space to share and implement innovative and tangible programs, promote collaborative efforts among stakeholders, and create opportunity through the blue economy. Ideation, implementation, and evaluation are the core elements to our solution framework in addressing the problems. In 2020,
the island is gearing up towards the opening ceremony of the IS Forum Summit this morning. Joining us for the report, let's bring in our reporter all the way from Bali, Indonesia, Galuh Prabasari. Galuh, give us a sense of how things are set up ahead of the opening ceremony just moments from now. Galuh.
The first high-level meeting of Archipelagic and Island State 2023 will start this morning. Based on the schedule, President of the Republic of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, will lead the meetings at Bali Nusa Dua Convention Center, especially to discuss the Leaders' Declaration. Yesterday, Minister of Foreign Affairs Retno L. Marsudi stated that the Leaders' Declaration starts from the senior officer meeting level. The 5th ministerial meeting IS Forum yesterday reports on the implementation of the 7th senior official meeting, or SOM, that held in Fiji, and the 8th SOM that held in Madagascar. At the end of the meeting, 7 collaborative cooperation agreements were signed among ministries and institutions. These included a statement of intent and joint research agreement with the University of Malta and a memorandum of understanding between UNPAD, IPB, and the University of Toliara in Madagascar. The draft leader declaration itself, which we delivered this morning, in the high-level conference led by the President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo. Galuh Praba and Yadi Supriyadi reporting for TVRI World.
Galuh Prabasari there with a report from Nusa Dua, Bali, Indonesia. Let's go over to our guest this morning for the program. Joining us again, I will reintroduce our maritime experts, also the founder and director of the National Maritime Institute, Mr. Siswanto Rusdi. Mr. Siswanto, thank you again for joining me. As we wait for the moments of opening ceremony of the IS Forum over in Bali, let's go over about the forum first. So how much have we known so far? Because at this point in time, this is the first time of such a forum as established, initiated by our very own country. How much do we know about AI as a matter of fact, Mr. Siswanto?
You know, fortunately, I was one of the participant in the very first meeting of this forum.
It's only right that you were.
That time, it was organized by the coordinating Ministry of Maritime Affairs. I still remember our ambassador in Germany. I forget the name.
Oh, in Germany, Indonesian ambassador.
Yeah, in Indonesia. He was a minister assistant opening the initial meeting. Yes, and then we went to several institutions in Jakarta, for example, to a hydrographic institution under our Navy. And then we also went to LIPI. That time was still LIPI, not BRIN yet. Ocean laboratory in Ancol. So this is very very creative idea from Indonesia, where it gathers countries, archipelagic and small island, to unite and give their voice to the world. And according to UN clause, United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, I think this is very timely to speak up, because we need more action, we need more ideas on how to implement the conventions.
Well, every time UNCLOS comes to mind, the first thing that pops would be the South China Sea dispute.
Yes.
But before we go to that, Mr. Siswanto, I'd like to get your insights, because this is interesting. It was initiated by our very own country, Indonesia. As a matter of fact, we are an archipelagic country.
Correct.
But how essential was it? What was the idea behind, okay, all of us, archipelagic and island states, nations, come together to establish this forum? What was the big idea behind this?
For me, this forum, this organization reminds us about our planet. Our planet is a water planet. So with this forum, all humans, all countries, all states remind that we have to preserve our ocean in order to preserve our planet. So this is the very basic of the idea of AIS, I think.
And it's even more important when archipelagic and also island states nations are surrounded by oceans.
Correctly.
Meaning that it's taking a significant portion of our economy as well.
Yes, correctly.
Yeah.
You know, as the biggest archipelagic countries in the world, we have a pivotal role in voicing
the urgent needs.
The urgent needs of archipelagic countries, small island countries. Because, for example, Fiji is also a member of this forum, right? Fiji is a very small country. I think it's rarely to hear their voice. So
they need a platform.
Yes, I think we give them an opportunity with this forum to speak up, to give information to the world that, hey, we are Fiji. we are submerging now.
Right.
We are mostly in the South Pacific
Yeah.
area. There are so many islands dangerously under the water.
Yeah, it's interesting when you mention submerging now because a lot of island nations, probably including our country at some point in time,
Yes.
is threatened by being submerged,
Yes,
as you would say it. But before we discuss further into this, because it's highly related to climate change, Mr. Siswanto, let's go over to Nusa Dua, Bali now, to have our stream of live pictures coming in from the red carpet arrivals of the head of states coming in to Nusa Dua, Bali, as the initial steps prior to the opening ceremony that will take place moments away from now. And you mentioned previously, Mr. Siswanto,
Yes.
that a lot of countries participating in the IS Forum are notably, they're not large countries, except for probably our very own Indonesia in terms of vast scales and size, but the UK is also in there, even New Zealand is in there, the Philippines, and also notably smaller nations, Fiji, for example, Tonga, Vanuatu.
Yes,
And
yes.
these are nations that need platform to voice their urgent needs. So how do you think the collaborations of these developed economies and emerging economies coming together on the same platform?
Okay. In the list of the member of the AS, don't forget we have Singapore.
Yes, yes.
Singapore.
A very important trade hub.
Yes, Singapore is the biggest maritime hub in Southeast Asia, and you know, its position can give leverage to this organization, to this forum. And I think the collaboration with Singapore and with, of course, with Indonesia as the biggest and the host of the event. I think small countries like Fiji, Vanuatu, and others, they can start to provide idea of cooperation or idea of research in the areas of you know, oceanography, marine biology, something that so far in the hand of the advanced states like UK, the US.
Yeah. And imparting advanced technology from the developed nations to the developing or less developed nations are highly important, we believe, because research and technology levels of those nations are way up there, and we are still subpar in terms of comparative measures. And we believe that this platform will play a significant role in bridging the gap, if you may say it, Mr. Siswanto. And there you have it, the pictures of our President Joko Widodo welcoming in person heads of delegations of IS member states coming in to Bali. And that is Nusa Dua, where some notable summits in the past few years has been hosted. And we believe behind them is this structure that, in a way, resonates with the state of our oceans, an arching wave, if I may say it, Mr. Siswanto.
I think it's sculpt. Is it sculpt? No.
It is. Yeah. It is some sort of architectural design, a sculpture in a way. Just to remind us how we are surrounded by ocean again, these state nations.
So again, I want to say that this event, this meeting, reminding all of us in the world that ocean is our future.
Okay.
Ocean is our, heritage, our legacy.
And to add to that, because you said oceans is our legacy as well, just last night at the welcoming dinner, Mr. Siswanto, in front of these delegates where they met for the first time last night, our very own president probably echoed what you said. He personally said that ocean is our life, where probably some of the most significant economic dependence lies within our oceans, and the way we manage, the way we exploit our oceans will really determine the level of economic development.
Yes, and you know, our dependence to the ocean never ending.
Yeah.
Maybe some of us, I think, big part of our community, they forget about the sea. We have, you go to the sea as a, you know, as a holidays, but our ocean, our sea is more than that.
Yes.
Our future lies there.
Right.
So this again remind us that we should give high attention to
our ocean,
to our oceans. And this event remind us about that.
Mr. Siswanto, remind us again, sir, how important, how essential it is for us to preserve our oceans intact. Because right now, one of the main focuses, one of the key aspects of the ICE Forum is to shine a light on the pollution of our oceans.
Yes.
How plastic garbage are invading our oceans,
Yes.
invading the stomachs, the bellies of our oceanic creatures. Please shed a light on this. What steps have we taken in the wrong directions in terms of keeping our oceans intact?
You know, this is like, first of all, plastic is our inventions.
Yeah.
And then we live with plastic for many years.
Yeah. And we rely on plastic for so many purposes.
Yes, everything. Even this
your phone
yes,
case
is also plastic.
Yeah.
So plastic is part of ours, our life.
Yeah.
But now plastic is also I call it our enemy, because they polluted the oceans. So many whales, even shark, they have plastic in their belly. So
and they die from those
correct.
Pollution.
Correct. And you know, every country in the world already started to mitigate this garbage. But unfortunately, we still have a problem, because it is very huge plastic in the oceans.
Yeah.
Maybe because we never or we rarely go to the sea, we don't see the plastic.
Yeah. And on that note, Mr. Siswanto, if we have been following the latest headlines, at least in Indonesia, we've seen reports on there is this specific beach in Indonesia that is, the coastal area of it was just filled with garbage.
Yes.
And there was this movement to sort of clean it up. And in less than 1 week, it is filled again with garbage. What is wrong with this situation,
because,
in your opinion, Mr.
Yeah, because
Siswanto?
we have a culture, bad culture, I think. And of course, because plastic garbage in the ocean is not only a problem to Indonesia, this is only a problem to the world. So the bad culture, the bad culture is not only in Indonesia. We also see Americans, Europeans also put or thrown, yes, even as an advanced states or seven country, developed country, they start to create technology in which plastic is the basic, the raw material of their technology. So again, plastic is
Right. Let's go over to the live pictures again, where we have there on the red carpet walking down. The red carpet is the Prime Minister of Timor-Leste, Sanana Gusmao. On behalf of the President and the government of Timor-Leste, who's also a member, a very close member to Indonesia as well, within the IS Forum, walking down on his way to greet President Joko Widodo. Warm regards there. As a matter of fact, I had the opportunity to interview Mr. Sanana Gusmao for the ASEAN Summit. And he was actually expressing his delight and his expectations to meet with President Jokowi again in person for this oceanic conference, he said at that time, but this is for the IS Forum, because this will be one of the first times he visited Indonesia as his duty as a prime minister.
Yes.
First was for the ASEAN summit, and then this one, and then later on in the month he'll be meeting with President Jokowi for a bilateral visit. So yeah. So again, on that note of our ocean pollution, Mr. Siswanto, correct me if I'm wrong, sir, because I think I've read an article where it's saying that if you think that the water looks clean, or even the salt water looks clean, look again, because under the microscope you may still be able to find microplastics.
Yes.
So it's not just plastic like bags or
Yes.
other types of plastics in a large forms,
Yes.
but these microplastics are even more dangerous. They are transparent,
Yes.
not visible,
Yes.
but they can enter the bloodstream even.
Yes, that's I want to say that plastic garbage is one part, and the microplastic is one part. The dangerous one is the second
It's
one.
been dissolved.
Yes, yes,
It's mixed in it.
Yes, even our people, us as a coastal inhabitants or coastal people, we also have got impact from this microplastic, because coastal area people, they go to fishing, they bring home fish, and then they eat.
And in one way, it's transparent.
Yes, yes. So not only for the animals in the ocean, but also people, especially those living in the coastal area.
So this is quite a nightmare if you
Yes.
want to look closely into it. And another key aspect, while we bring you live pictures from Nusa Dua, Bali, another arrival from a notable head of delegates has just made their way to meet President Joko Widodo, Mr. Siswanto.
Yes.
Another key aspect I'd like to bring up from today's high level, first ever of the IS Forum Summit over in Nusa Dua, Bali, is developing blue economy. And this particular topic of blue economy, Mr. Siswanto,
Yes.
has been quite the rage at the moment. It's been making headlines
Yes.
on how we can exploit more while keeping our ocean intact as well. Please shed a light for us. What exactly is blue economy, Mr. Siswanto?
Unfortunately, blue economy is still, emerging. So there is no, conformity. What is blue economy actually? So
Blue just refers to the ocean.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. At the first, in the beginning, I think the term is not blue economy. I mean, blue economy is not related to the ocean. The
More
first
like maritime economy or something?
yeah. At the beginning, blue economy, created or coined by a professor in the Western. Blue economy is not related at all with ocean, but later people introduce blue economy is related.
Something related to our oceans.
Yes.
So what was the initial concept of blue economy before oceans enters into the picture?
So the first idea of blue economy is how economy, conventional economy, can survive.
Conventional economy can survive.
Yes.
Okay.
So no matter how we get the ambitions, the target. So as long as we can survive our economy, that's blue economy. But later on, expert academics start to introduce blue economy is totally related to the oceans.
Right.
So this is I think this is this is like a academic discussion. So blue economy now is
now very integrated to our oceans.
Yes.
And talking about oceans, Mr. Siswanto, the very backdrop of the entrance towards the main meeting room there is all plastered the wall with the
Yes.
LED,
Yes.
displaying the richness of our coral reefs
Yes.
and the fishes.
Yes, yes. You know what?
That is just remarkable.
You know what? I was just coming back from Raja Ampat a couple
I
days.
have never been. That is a heavenly destination that I have put in my bucket list for a long time. How was the visit?
Wow, that's a very natural.
Yeah.
The backdrop.
Biodiversity. of
Yes,
the ocean.
very good. So you should go there, and then you can see the ocean is very beautiful.
Yeah.
As long as we can preserve it, as long as we can maintain. If not, everything gone.
Right. So the task of preserving the oceans is a humongous task at
Yes.
this moment, which
Correct.
lies not only in the hands of our governments,
Yes.
but in the hands of every single one of us.
Yes.
Because as you mentioned, our livelihood is pretty much at some point highly dependent on the
Yes.
conditions of our oceans.
Yes, correctly.
Now that, as you mentioned, I mean, we talk about all this color-coded economy, when green economy is something more sustainable, something
Yes.
friendly to our environment and to the
Yes.
planet. Blue economy is more making use of our oceans as far as we now know. But have we make the most of our oceans, exploiting it without destroying it?
Yeah.
Mr.
First of all,
Siswanto, from
we
your
want
analysis.
we want to answer about how we use our oceans. That's very bad. We still not using our oceans heavily. For example, we don't have ocean waves power generation. We don't have.
Exactly. I think it's been one of the topics for the energy transition.
Yes.
The current of the oceans
Yes.
can be used.
Yes. And then there are also ocean thermal energy. We don't have.
Is that related to the geothermal? Mr.
No.
Siswanto? It's a whole other thing of energy production.
Seawater, they have different temperature. So this temperature can manipulate to generate power.
Oh,
So this is what we call ocean thermal.
ocean thermal energy production. Does it involve deep oceans or certain?
I think
can just go
not
to
so
the
deep.
shallow
So
waters.
not so deep. As far you have different temperature
that can be
Yes.
manipulated into?
And unfortunately, we don't have this facility yet. We still heavily depend on coal power
Yeah.
and some gas power.
Yeah.
We even, of course, we have a trial ocean power or ocean waves power, but still on
Never
Yes.
on a massive level.
Yes,
And on that note, our move towards energy transitions
Yes.
has been, for lack of better words,
Yes.
very, very slow.
Yes.
It's almost impossible to shut down those coal mines,
Yes.
even though there's been global outcry for it.
Yes.
And in the meantime, we'll go back now to Nusa Dua, Bali, where we are looking at the traditions of each and every summit here in Indonesia, where prior to every high-level meeting, the heads of delegates would get together for a traditional family photo. And there you have it on the screen, all the heads of delegations for the first high-level meeting of the Archipelagic and Island States Forum Summit 2023. Warm handshakes there from President Joko Widodo to heads of delegates. The big theme on the screen right there in the back, Mr. Siswanto,
Yes.
fostering collaboration, enabling innovation for our ocean and our future. Give us your take on this specific theme, why it's been selected.
So I think the summit should come out with, for example, ocean energy roadmap.
Okay.
So how,
Roadmap. Wow,
roadmap. So how this forum with its 51 members
Yeah.
at least can create or can produce a roadmap on how to develop ocean energy, waves energy, because ocean has no boundaries.
Yes. Practically limitless.
Yes. So, okay, legally, there are boundaries amongst countries.
Yeah. If we refer to UNCLOS,
Yes.
with which China does not abide to.
Yes, yes. So the key word is how to cooperate, because actual boundary not existing in the oceans.
Right.
So I think a roadmap on how we take advantage of current, waves, and ocean thermal energy for sustainability power generation. I think one of a good point to start.
Very well said there, Mr. Siswanto. Let's go over to the meeting room again, where just moments ago we saw President Joko Widodo took his seat, meaning that the opening ceremony with the opening remarks from the President will now begin. Let's have a listen. Right. Final preparations are being met, and all the heads of delegates and the rest of the delegations are gearing up, putting on their simultaneous interpretation devices to ensure that the communications level is top-notch. Again, you are looking at the live pictures from the ballroom. So the setting here is the roundtable meeting here, Mr. Siswanto.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
The usual.
IS forum.
The usual format.
Yes.
If it's not square,
yes.
it's a round.
Because with the position, all parties can,
Have a look at each other.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the opening videos of the high-level meeting.
And then here is an awareness perhaps to treat country, because the effect has been looking and not for what schools here.
As a platform for collaboration, AIS Forum is committed to initiating strategic solutions that deliver direct impact on the environment. AIS countries share similar marine environment issues. Our concrete actions focus on providing solutions to the most pressing issues, involving strategic partners to collectively combat these challenges. With this, we foster the spirit of solidarity into a variety of programs in 4 key areas. We aim to provide research opportunities for academics to tackle the issues AIS countries face. We are committed to initiating a strategic financing framework, disseminating information, and involving the public in open dialogue to select relevant projects. We have connected entrepreneurship, expanding startup ecosystems, grown together, and captured new market share mainly for archipelagic and island state countries. We believe that multicultural cooperation and collaboration are the keys to scaling up concrete actions, driven by the role of multiple stakeholders and youth to achieve SDGs in AIS countries. The success of the AIS Forum depends on horizontal relationships forged by equality. We need to do it on a massive scale, and collective contributions from the government to civil society to provide smart and innovative solutions for significant action together. Because as an islander, you are part of the action. Fostering collaboration, enabling innovation for our ocean and our future.
The meeting will now continue, chaired by the President of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Joko Widodo. Excellency, the floor is yours.
Selamat pagi. Yang mulia, para pemimpin dan ketua delegasi AIS Forum, pimpinan dan delegasi organisasi internasional, selamat datang di Bali. Indonesia merasa terhormat menjadi tuan rumah momentum bersejarah KTT pertama ICE Forum, sebuah forum untuk penguatan kolaborasi antar negara kepulauan dan negara pulau yang dihubungkan oleh laut. Laut bukanlah pemisah antar daratan, tapi laut justru pemersatu antar daratan. Laut justru perekat dan penghubung antar daratan. Sebagai sesama negara kepulauan dan pulau, terlepas besar atau kecil, terlepas maju atau berkembang, kita berbagi tantangan kompleks bersama yang saling kait-mengkait dan saling terhubung satu sama lain, seperti kenaikan permukaan laut, tata kelola sumber daya laut, dan pencemaran laut. Jika kita membuang sampah di daratan, belum tentu sampah tersebut berpindah ke daratan di belahan dunia lain. Tapi jika kita membuang sampah di lautan, maka sampah itu sangat bisa sampai ke daratan manapun di dunia. Oleh karena itu, kolaborasi dan solidaritas negara kepulauan dan negara pulau sangat penting untuk menghasilkan langkah-langkah strategis, konkret, dan taktis dalam penyelesaian masalah bersama. Dan KTT ICE ini merupakan kesempatan penting untuk menetapkan arah kolaborasi ke depan di mana terdapat 3 hal yang perlu kita dorong. Yang pertama, solidaritas, kesetaraan, dan inklusivitas adalah prinsip yang menjadi pegangan bersama. Yang kedua, prioritas pada kerjasama konkret yang disesuaikan dengan kebutuhan penerima. Yang ketiga, kerangka kerjasama yang tangguh dan dinamis untuk menghadapi tantangan-tantangan ke depan. Yang mulia, kepentingan negara kepulauan dan kepentingan negara berkembang secara konsisten terus Indonesia suarakan, baik di KTT G20 tahun lalu maupun di KTT ASEAN dan KTT ICE tahun ini. Indonesia juga berkomitmen menyiapkan dana hibah untuk dimanfaatkan bagi kepentingan negara kepulauan dan negara berkembang. Dan Indonesia ingin mengajak seluruh negara yang hadir, marilah kita tetap memilih untuk terus menjalin kesatuan dan terus menjalin kolaborasi, walaupun di tengah kondisi dunia yang terbelah. Let us walk and work together. Dan dengan ini saya nyatakan KTT pertama Forum Negara-Negara Kepulauan dan Negara Pulau dibuka.
Tapi yang mungkin terbelah.
Selanjutnya, sebelum kita mulai sesi pleno yang akan dilakukan secara tertutup, dengan hormat saya mohon awak media untuk meninggalkan ruang pertemuan. Terima kasih.
So that was the opening remarks from the President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, formally addressing all delegates and participants of the first high-level meeting of the Archipelagic and Island States, or AIS Forum Summit 2023 in Nusa Dua, Bali, Indonesia. Let's go over to our guest again, Mr. Siswanto. Some important words there conveyed by our President, Mr. Joko Widodo. First, I think we discussed this earlier, and you also mentioned that oceans without boundaries, it's not, he said, it's not separating us. It's not a separator. It's supposed to unite us.
Yes, yes, indeed. You know, but of course, in terms of legality, we have border delimitations. But
just to regulate the sovereignty
yes,
of each country.
Yes, but this boundary should not stop us to cooperate.
Exactly.
I think that's the point. So the question is, what kind of concrete cooperation, collaborations among these countries? For example, as I mentioned earlier that I was in the Raja Ampat.
Yeah.
I was in Jayapura previously. There is no ship connectivity to Fiji from Papua.
Is that a close distance or a rather?
I think not so far.
It's not that far.
Yes.
So by ocean, it's actually traversable, if I can say.
Yes.
You can take that journey.
But we don't have connectivity there. So I think, like ASEAN connectivity, we have several points to launch our land transportation, for example, from Dumai to Penang in Malaysia, and even from Batam, from Tanjung Pinang to Singapore, although we're still discussing it. But I think we should also discuss how to open direct ship connectivity to the Pacific, where most of these ACE members living. So I think first, our Ministry of Transport should take lead in this idea.
In your opinion, Mr. Siswanto, do you think that the subject of connectivity will be on the table to discuss between the states leaders joining the AIS this year?
I hope so. I hope so, because we have an, archipelagic, we have an island. The possible, the cheaper way of transportation is through ocean.
By sea.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Let's go over another a key point that President Joko Widodo mentioned is that even though it should unite us, it doesn't deny the fact that we are faced by complex challenges in terms of being interconnected.
Yes.
How would you describe the complex challenges that the President meant at the opening, in the opening remarks?
Yeah. For example, the complexity of our oceans governance. Actually, we have what you call earlier delimitation, border. But fish have no citizenship. You see?
It doesn't know where whether or not it's in Indonesian waters or in the Philippines waters or somewhere nearby China.
Yes. You see, fish has no ID card.
Yeah, they go wherever they like,
yes.
But ships cannot.
Yeah. So I think how to manage, regional fishing activity.
Okay.
Of course, there are already established fishing cooperations among countries in Southeast Asia, even in Pacific. But we need to
beyond this region as well.
Yes, because UNCLOS also talk about beyond jurisdiction, area beyond jurisdiction, where countries, coastal states should cooperate, because that area, that beyond our jurisdiction, no countries, no states can handle it without collaboration. So this is our starting point.
Right.
How
the big homework of the AIS at this point in time. We will continue our conversation, Mr. Siswanto. In the meantime, we have another report coming in for Indonesia. Oceans are vital for its economy and welfare. With more than 17,500 islands and 3/4 of its territory at sea, oceans are central to Indonesia's prosperity. And yet, Indonesia's marine and coastal ecosystems are under threat due to overfishing, degradations of mangroves and coral reefs, and marine debris. a blue economy or a sustainable ocean economy strategy can address these challenges. And this video is filmed in Indonesia's beautiful islands of Raja Ampat, West Papua. Let's have a look.
Laut untuk Raja Ampat adalah kehidupan.
Laut memberi kita hidup. Laut memberi kita makan. Laut menghibur kita. Laut menopang perekonomian kita.
Sebelum adanya pos penjagaan ini, wilayah kami sangat rawan dengan masalah pemboman.
Tahun 90-an itu ini laut ini hancur.
Ekonomi laut yang berkelanjutan bukan jargon semata.
Laut adalah masa depan kita. 73% dari para wilayah NKRI adalah laut.
Karena ikan dan tangkapan lainnya adalah sumber penghidupan kita. Karena laut yang bersih dari sampah menopang sumber pangan dan mata pencaharian kita. Mari kelola laut secara berkelanjutan untuk kesejahteraan Indonesia. Karena laut membuat kita sejahtera bersama.
Well, there you have it, the breathtaking Raja Ampat of Indonesia. And on to another report now. The ASEAN Blue Economy Framework is one of the priority economic deliverables under Indonesia's 2023 ASEAN chairmanship and will be developed by the Ministry of National Development Planning of the Republic of Indonesia, or Bappenas, and supported by the Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia.
As the global economy continues to pivot towards Asia, Southeast Asia has established itself as an epicentrum of economic activity and growth in the region.
Despite the high potential of the region, several challenges are rising to the surface. In the 2010s, ASEAN's economic growth began to decelerate compared to previous decades. Another major challenge that awaits in the future is the lack of labor forces within productive age. Although ASEAN has proved to be resilient amidst major financial crises, most of the ASEAN member states are still struggling either to graduate from the status of lower middle income or to escape from the middle income trap. To overcome these challenges, ASEAN needs a new engine of growth. ASEAN has huge untapped marine potential that can help it achieve several sustainable development goals. Located in an area that is crossed by two of the world's major shipping lanes, Southeast Asian waters hold significant and strategic economic importance for the world, contributing $1.5 trillion annually and estimated to provide more than 40 million jobs in 2030. A growing interest in renewable marine energy, as well as ecotourism, also opens up the growth potential of the domestic sector. The blue economy emerges as a promising engine of growth, appropriate for unlocking ASEAN's immense marine potential. Blue economy, as a multifaceted and cross-cutting concept, plays an eminent role in supporting ASEAN's endeavors in manifesting sustainable, resilient and inclusive use, governance, management and conservation of oceans, as well as marine and coastal resources and ecosystems for economic growth across various sectors. A concrete follow-up to the ASEAN leaders' declaration on blue economy that was adopted at the 38th ASEAN Summit in 2021, the ASEAN Blue Economy Framework is ASEAN's answer to the growing economic and sustainability potential of its oceans. It affirms ASEAN's commitment to providing strategic direction and broad guidelines for ASEAN's work on the blue economy across strategic sectors and valued stakeholders. Unlocking the economic potential of the blue economy is crucial to answering future challenges of ASEAN. The blue economy holds new promise to promote economic growth, social inclusion, livelihoods, and environmental sustainability in the region.
With the collaboration and the contribution of the ASEAN member states, the blue economy would contribute to transforming Southeast Asia into the new epicentrum of growth in the Indo-Pacific region.
In the meantime, the Blue Financing Strategic outlines a range of measures necessary for the sustainable development of Indonesia's vast marine resources in alignment with the principles of the blue economy. The document presents a strategy for mobilizing investments in key sectors of the blue economy while prioritizing the principles of sustainable development. Right, and now for the final question to my guest here. We almost come to the end of our conversation. We wish we had more time, Mr. Siswanto, but a few key aspects that we've discussed throughout the hour was that pollution, rising sea level, and also expected innovations mentioned by our president.
Yes.
So, in its overall, how do we expect the first ever IS summit will turn out? Mr. Siswanto.
We hope as a forum of leaders, the event can produce as much as possible documents and then communicate on how we develop this ocean amongst island and archipelagic and island states. So we will see more document, more statement, but it's okay because this is very beginning.
Yeah.
We need something to set our next journey.
That's right.
So I myself really appreciate this event because as blue economy, I mentioned earlier, that we still trying, we still trial and error about what is blue economy. So hopefully this event, this forum can give more concrete, more reliable pathway how we develop blue economy.
Very well said there. And as you said, this is the first ever high-level meeting for the AIS. It will set precedent for the next ones. And of course, there's high expectations for the deliverables.
Yes, yes.
I'd like to express my gratitude to the founder and director of the National Maritime Institute, our maritime expert for the program, Mr. Siswanto Rusdi. Thank you very much for your knowledge and your insights for TVR Awards.
Thank you, thank you.
And that concludes this morning's edition's special report. Starting point is just around the corner. I'm Rahmat Idris. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.